Enra ena yeni enim se Dennis Miracle Aboagye ya cheno. Na chia ya cheno no. You know, I am not a lawyer, but I want us to go through the constitution of this country and understand. Se embrama ho kwan se wo se ya chena na se de. Because so share NPP for asem pa wo mo ka. Ene se ane chia ya chi Miracle Aboagye no. Embrama ho kwan na Ghana ha se ye bechi obi obi bedi bone anaso undi bone se ye bechi nipa kro no nini na gina article 14. And so we are going to read the article 14 of this the country's constitution, and then we are going to understand se chia ya chi Dennis Miracle Aboagye no embrama ho kwan anase embrama ho kwan ya simple as that. And then first time ha subscribe and click the notification bell on so. Oh yeah, this latest news we are on sa ebeka. Tomport Travel and Tour. Epe Ghana for 200 Ediomo Germany. Akwa ye juma. Mesrel, so we na se we need you ho. Frɛ wo mo e wo 054 94 98 613. O frɛ mo a make sure say what the processes na see ye. O frɛ mo a code no eye melodies. Understand the processes. So shena say you to me explain it through ye. Now what you ase now who say okay we no me believe say a legit now the who ashim mesrel. And no Tomport Travel and Tour. Na osanso the year Ghana nurses eco UK the same number 054 94 98 613. Osanso wo babi ana wo fasibi address we a year GSS and SS now up a full scholarship ako a year America the same number for Tomport na code no a melodies me say wo fra make sure so betin sem na say anyway yanko article 14 no or say article 14:1 every person shall be entitled to his personal liberty and no person shall be deprived of his personal liberty. Intibusian for very, very simple. What you say? Very, 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 very simple. NPP for sorry. You say, at the end of the kwansi ye chino. Yen she Ghana constitution nim. Ni hu ne say Miracle Aboagye. Ne o kwansi ye china na say the. Now article 14. Or say every person shall be entitled to his personal liberty, and no person shall be deprived of his personal liberty except in the following cases and in accordance with procedure permitted by law. Or say A, in execution of a sentence or order of a court in respect of a criminal offense of which he has been convicted, or in execution of an order of a court punishing him for contempt of court, or for the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of an order of a court, or in the case of a person suffering from an infectious or contagious disease, a person of unsound mind, a person addicted to drugs or alcohol, or a vagrant for the purpose of his care or treatment or the protection of the community, or for the purpose of the education or welfare of a person who has not attained the age of 18 years, or for the purpose of preventing the unlawful entry of that person into Ghana, or of effecting the expulsion, extradition, or other lawful removal of that person from Ghana, or for the purpose of restricting that person while he is being lawfully conveyed through Ghana in the course of his extradition or removal from one country or the other, upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being able to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana. Ghana Mratre say, Article 14, Obia shall be entitled to liberty. Obia wo ho kwan so yebema ne kwan se onnam no nye de obeye. But yebetumi achi obi. Na de enti a yebetumi achi obi wo Ghana ha se no. 1, say court se yenchi nipa kon ne mbra. 2, yebetumi achi obi because nipa kon no wakwa ye nrubone a wo ye nyama bi ensem fata yebetumi achi nipa kro no. Nipa kon ya akola obo danger. Yempene mane nye de obe yebetumi achi nipa kro no. Wo ye Ghana mbra ye ni na yesua de. O se yebetumi achi obi upon reasonable suspicion of having committed or being able to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana. Inti se police for esusu se obi abokrono ana waye boni etia Ghana emra yebetumi achi nipa krono. Inti NPP fo a womo nam a womo ka se ne miracles Aboagye kra na ni kwansi ye chi no because onyane nko bebia de ntia na mokokọ chi no na mo chi na de ntia na mo amfa na nko court order we he Ghana mra no Oshe article 14 1G na won ka say yema court order. Yes, some of the things no waka say yes yema court order betumi achi obi, but o say se botaye biba anani pa kono ye suspect say we di bone kra na ye nhia court order e wo say ye chi no. Inti miracles Aboagye chi ye kokọ chi no based on article 14 1G uredi a ye ni na ye ti ase say emra kwan so or say upon reasonable suspicion. Inti Iyoku for chi ekoko chi no, they didn't need a court order. Mwana moka say Iyoku no mu ni court order. Or mo charge sheet where the article does not even, the constitution does not even talk about charge sheet at this point. Inti article 1G miracles Aboagye chi ayachi no lawful. Yento aso. 2. A person who is arrested, restricted, or detained shall be informed immediately in a language that he understands of the reasons for his arrest, restriction, or detention, and of his right to a lawyer of his choice. Miracles Aboagye chi ayachi no, and me amene wuka say ye nim ne nti ayachi na. We all know. And so he has been informed. In fact, yamaya ti ase say beya 1 year ni oni Iyoku for inti onim de nti Iyoku for akwachi no. Inti se mo ba be gina bonte na mo ba be ka se eye unlawful la. The constitution no utubi hu ne say it does not show say eye unlawful. He knows Ghanaians, we all know the nti ayachi no. Enra ne lawyer attachia unya access. And the constitution says se wuchi ni pakrona give the person access to the lawyer. It's NPP for so no musu ni na. The constitution has not been breached. I have read article 14 1 and 2. Yanto aso. Yanko 3. I say a person who is arrested, restricted, or detained, A, for the purpose of bringing him before a court in an execution of an order of a court, or upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being able to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released, shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. Inti miracles Aboagye ayachi no Saturday ana Sunday NPP fo su say e unlawful ni yenyan no emra ne say ye chi nipa krona at least obetumi ada police ana Iyoku for kukum for 48 hours until say ye de nipa krona beba court. Inti mu ana Saturday enra na musu ene ye tia yachi no yenyan no na sa 48 hours rule no endru ye answer ne bema the bail conditions no na sa 48 hours rule ni ndu ye. Inti then again number 3 shows that the arrest of Miracles Aboagye and NPP for musu say a unlawful no. The constitution has exposed you and you unlawful. Iyoku juma wa mo ye ni na no Ghana mra efwa. The 4th point, I say the end, where a person arrested, restricted, or detained under paragraph A or B of clause 3 of this article is not tried within a reasonable time, then without prejudice to any further proceedings that may be brought against him, he shall be released whether unconditionally or upon reasonable conditions, including in particular conditions reasonably necessary to ensure that he appears at a later date for trial for proceedings preliminary to trial. Into your 4th point now, as someone can say, chini pakrono na ebro 48 hours e was ye jano na osanso babium na what trial ne so. The 5th point, or say a person who is unlawfully arrested, restricted, or detained by any other person shall be entitled to compensation from that other person. Enti se ye chi obi na nipa kono na nke ni kwan se ye chi no ana ye ndi mbra we so a nipa kono wo se ye compensate no. Also, where a person is convicted and sentenced to a term of imprisonment for an offense, any period he has spent in lawful custody in respect of that offense before the completion of his trial shall be taken into account in imposing the term of imprisonment. I mean, this is, Yavan say, we know, very simple. Yavan say, Yachi obi near Bakuna to remand for maybe 3 years. Wako remand for 3 years. Recently, Osha, Abranti ya say, Wakwako kum. The girlfriend ewo KNWest once for about a year or 2 ni wada remand into ono ne ba be sentence no ne bia ye ka so nko de mfiase for 20 years sa 2 years ya wada remand ye beti if 20 years time. That's what the law is saying. So at this point Miracles Aboagye mpo de ndu oye into hwe Miracles Aboagye de na article 14 1 2 3 ena eka Miracles Aboagye ne de no ho asem, and clearly as I've read to you no obi abedi adanse say Miracles Aboagye chia ye che no, the constitution has not been breached. It is all what NPP force say Miracles Aboagye and ye Mahama empeso the constitution ni be ye adwuma si omu hu omoboa.
Ghana ni bia wutie me no book we eye asset ba ko a e wo se wo keep e wo fie to book we ma wo ho to ma wo ba to ma obi biara osumbo e wo wabrabo mu wadamfo obi a opese odiye wabrabo mu bia no to sa book we your friend the Ghanaian investor na sa book we be show different forms of investment a obetumi aye e wo Ghana ha, licensed investments. The first one e ya de bia your friend emergency fund. Book we bet show send you be set up emergency fund. Abrabo aye boy bibia betumi ato. If you have an emergency fund, ebeba na ba be save you. Oka betumi asay wo kwan so. Obetumi ayare, oba betumi ayare, nini na emergency fund no ebe take control of all those situations. Book no be sanso atrewa ade bia ye fe na endowment fund. A obetumi dia protect wo ho any future. Na sa endowment fund no nyame mpengu ukokonya accident na untumi nye adwuma bioma, it will take care of you for the rest of your life. Book no besan so atrel senya obe set up a personal pension fund. Enkrofo bebre eye adwuma wie ekọ retirement, omukọ retirement we are no mo ho aba betre omo. O set up a personal pension fund. That will not be your case. Most importantly, book we betre how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now Ghana Stock Exchange investment basically it means you are buying ownership of Ghanaian companies. Now Ghana Stock Exchange it is one of the best performing markets in the whole world. A lot of people are making money from the Ghana Stock Exchange, but they don't know how to invest in it. Book we a better idea your investment be why a friend mutual fund. Book we better how to invest in a mutual fund. Now mutual fund you don't need to be rich to invest in a mutual fund. I remember an example. You find say wa woba fresh. Now wa per license mutual fund e wo Ghana ha say opese odi usikashim. Say o to me invest 500 cedis every single month. E wo a Ghanaian mutual fund mo. By the time I wo ba ne be di 19 years no. Now wa dane millionaire. You find say o wo fa CB we di 10. Opese da chi bi odi ye. Every month for 500 cedis e she mutual fund mu e ma no. By the time I wobano and I was no obedi 29 years no na oye millionaire. Wankasa wutie me we di 40. Now so wosha onye investment bia eno ane say obeye mutual fund every month for 500 cedis e shame. By the time obedi 59 years no na wenya 1 million Ghana cedis. Into mutual fund no, that is how it works. Small money every single month. By the time embre ebebano nesikano ayekese book we better sanya mani na sa ope book no ni PDF anase ni twi video a free anase WhatsApp number na ewo book ni so sisia na sa we Ghana ni na wa brochure na ope hard copy of the book a very simple call Amazon na search for the Ghanaian investor, place the order bibia obi a be ship e dia bro medase.